Alrighty, well it's the morning and it's Monday and it's Labor Day, so at least we're here. That's a day off for us. So I take it that means you're supposed to work extra hard that day because it's a Labor Day. So I think that's how it works. But what I'm doing today is I'm digging up potatoes. I'm probably going to be harvesting corn, pick some tomatoes, maybe go through the beans. It's a bit of a harvest day. It's actually what I ended up doing last year, unbeknownst to me. So I guess it's maybe more of a little bit of a tradition now. It's kind of harvest time. It's Labor Day, at least for potatoes. Seems to be a good time. So I'm just running through the rows with my assistant here, and doing a good job. He's on guard duty, making sure the rodents don't get the potatoes, I guess. But I got one row done. Pretty decent haul actually for a row that's only I don't know, 8 foot, 9 foot long, 10-ish. But that's I just started down this one, so there's quite a few rows here. I'm gonna have an abundance of potatoes, and then is what it looks like. Chickens are being noisy, but I'm gonna just continue at this then. Alright, so I'm a quarter, maybe a third done now. There's quite a few rows. I adopted a different method of taking the potatoes out because they're easier to you can do it all by hand, I found, with the way I planted them. So I don't have to go in there with the fork, which is quite nice. And even if I miss a few, I don't really mind. They can rot on the ground and add a little extra nutrients because I'm going to have seemingly more than enough for myself for this winter. So this is what I have so far. So in its own right, that's probably enough. And then what I'll take out, I got seed, and then I'll probably have to give some away. Or I would like to. So yeah, I'm gonna break for coffee because I'm an addict and I need to get my fix. And I don't know. It's annoying when you realize that, but you know, I've done it before where I just stop it cold turkey, and then it's nice, but I also just enjoy it. I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, I can keep going, but I just like the clarity that it brings. Albeit then you say, well, you should just quit it, and you always quit it. It's like, okay. So yeah. I just show how I'm harvesting my potatoes. I'm just going down the rows like this because I know this is the row, and this is actually quite tough dirt, so the potatoes aren't really going in there. So I'm just gonna, this is the annoying piece. Now I'm gonna set up the camera on one of the rows that just does poorly. That's how it always goes. That's, of course, that's universal law. The moment you want to show somebody something is when it goes wrong. Okay, there's nothing really here. I know some rows did poor, some rows did good. But let me get these out. Let's see if this is a little caterpillar. And go see the chickens. And just keep going down the rows. No, it's old corn stalk from last year. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting some results here. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I like those with the red, the big red ones. I like those the big white ones, I feel that's a solid potato. But the white ones I've noticed have a tendency to have, you know, like internal rot. So I get a little suspicious of those. And the only thing I like about the white ones too is that you can actually really see the green spots on them. The selenium, is it selenium? Something of the sort that they're producing. So it's easier to cut out, but you know, just areas that have been exposed to the sun. And this is just how I go down the rows. This is the annoying. It's all crab or quack grass. Oh, there's that. I've had this quackgrass actually grow into the potatoes before. I had pulled one out and you can see the roots were just going in. I don't know how good this camera work is, but what's being picked up. Sometimes I just guess at these things. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Hey buddy, how you doing? You can say hello. Piece of wood, nice. Only annoying part when digging up potatoes when you find the original seed. That's not it. But it's right under there. It's just a rotten potato. Just keep going and get all of this. It's annoying too when you have stuff like all of this stupid grass. This is what I have to fight constantly. All these roots, these runners. What up? Here I have see here, look at that. That's quackgrass growing right through the potato. So, to be honest, I didn't know it could do that, but that's basically how I go through the rows. So I got a few more to go here, and then I also planted some in the lawn. There's a spot right there that I'll have to go dig up, and then yeah, we'll see how much comes out of here. Alright, so potatoes are out the ground, and that's them over there. So I think like this portion here, that's roughly, those were my lawn potatoes. So I had those 2 holes in the ground that I backfilled, and I stuck those in there. Those are all from the rows. And then these are, actually what the volunteer potatoes that survived the winter, surprisingly. I don't know how they did that, but so there's 3 varieties here. I believe those are just Yukons, Pontiacs, and there is just a handful of these, but I don't believe these are actually Yukons. I do remember having a specific variety. They're a longer shape to them, so there's something different there. But again, there's not many, and I think a lot of those came from I think there was a few in the volunteer group as well. So yeah, you have a few of those in there. But either way, this potatoes are gonna cure out here. It's gonna dry nicely, and then I'm going to shift focus and go back to the corn. So I started a little bit of that yesterday, and so that's have some of it in the house already, but I'll just go wheel the wagon over and start over there. Alright, so I went through the corn, I picked what I saw, and there might still be a few pieces in there, but I think most of it's out. And then well, I'm going to be taking the husks off. Those will dry a little bit quicker, but once those are off, then I'll put them in the house. So this I still actually have 2 rows in the house still, so this is here, got that bag full, and I'm just going to be shucking them, and then yeah, put the hulls in there, and then just separate this stuff, and then so that'll be the corn, and yeah, we'll see. I'll probably take a little break now because well, that corn was also short, so you always have to be, you're not picking the corn from up here, so yeah, I feel that now. So just sit down for a bit and then go from there. Well, I'm continuing with I guess peeling the corn, and got this little bag here, and it's just taking well, I got all of this, and I still have this whole tote full. That picks up, there we go. I just thought I'd highlight this one. This one is an interesting piece, just out of the fact that it looks like it's got a tassel on top, which is a bit of an abnormality, but it's interesting. So I got a little bucket here too. This is the stuff I don't like. This kind of anything that's been pecked at, really irregular, ugly looking pieces, and that's just going to be chicken food. So yeah, all the hulls are going to go in there, and it's kind of a relaxing piece. This one might go to the chickens too. It's small damage like that, but I don't know, I might keep it too. Just pick out those kernels. I do that too, but right now, chicken food is always good too, and well, I think they got used to me giving some, so they get excited whenever I walk past. Well, I'm just getting some of it sorted out. I mean, this is maybe a quarter to a third again, so there's some interesting colors in there. So we got these almost metallic grays and red and blacks, and I do remember some of these genetics when I first planted them, and I remember this one was there's so many interesting pieces here. This one, you can see look at how that cross-pollinated. It's just okay. I remember this variety, and then something else came in there, which is just that's just fascinating to me. And then yeah, we got a lot of these. I don't know, it's just a little gem in each piece. So there's that, and then I'm starting to set aside some of the finer specimens. I'm going for size, maybe a little bit for this one's in here for color. It's just a unique piece, and then I'm thinking, I'm not sure where I should lean because I'm learning about dent and flint corn, and I think dent corn is probably better to go, and that's I'm still new at this, but these look like flint, and then that looks like dent. There's the wider kernels, and I hear dent is, ideally what I would like, but again, very unique pieces, and I'm just gonna keep chipping away at these, so we'll see how it looks like in the end. know, it's funny. You sit here and you're feeling away at all of these things, and it kind of crosses your mind how what it is you're really doing. And then you have all this. Food is a necessity that we all need, and so this is just really, in the end of the day, is a gift given to us. Nothing that we do can actually make food. That's the funny thing. All we can do is put the seed in the ground, and God does the rest. And as the season goes on, then all of a sudden we're presented with this. It's a beautifully packaged piece of, it's a beautifully packaged gift. Look at that. An absolutely wonderful little thing, and it's just like, it really is just a gift from God. Wrapped in everything. I don't know, it's just, because you unwrap enough of these, and then you start to realize these things. But, yeah. No, I've been really blessed this year. Alright, so corn is picked, shucked, and it's drying now. So here's the haul for this year. There might be a few more stragglers out in the field, but as far as I know, that should be the majority of it. That was a good haul. I didn't honestly expect that, considering how the corn looked this year, and considering it was new ground and all that. So yeah, again, that was blessed. I say that. So that's done. That's drying, and then that's one thing off the list. I might sit down for a wee bit and then kind of see where I go from there, because I know there's a few routes I can go. I need to figure out where to really store the potatoes nicely, how to do that. I could start gathering apples. I know of now 2 trees where I can go get some, and they're pretty much ready to go, I would say. And then yeah, you got to cut the corn back too. That's not pressing either. So I'm thinking either apples or I like the thing about canning some of the corn too. So you have like shelf ready corn that you just put into a dish. It's nice, it's convenient. I'm not sure if it works nicely for this stuff, but I'm sure if you soak it long enough, it's palatable. So we'll see where things go. Alright, so the day is progressing, and as often as it goes, I usually forget to record stuff, but I think I left off with the corn. So I went through there to the garden again, and now I'm getting the beans. So I got a good bucket of all dry beans. So that's most of the beans are out. I'd say over half of them are out for the bush beans, and finally the pole beans are starting to bear fruit. So this is the biggest haul I've had so far. These are the Houdense skunk pole beans. So that was kind of nice. I'm really looking forward to the what we'll call Kanawake Mohawk beans. They look like good beans, but they take a little while to ripen. Now I want to go pick tomatoes, but the problem with tomatoes is there's not so many. That's a lot of acorns on top of the shed there, eh? Look at that. I hear them all the time when I go to sleep, and then you always hear them on the tin roof thing. Either way, yeah, tomatoes, I don't have a whole lot. I have a few, and I got a lot from last year still, so I'll probably be doing it all at once this year, get them all done, clean the freezer. But the stuff I have out there now, they didn't produce all that well. I'll say that. So what is out there, I'd like to bear for seed, at least what I can. I think a lot of it will just be for seed, because, well, I want tomatoes next year. So if I grow that, then I have to do that. But I didn't want to pick them right away because, well, I wanted to know the names of them. So I'm trying to hunt down a list of my pole beans. So I don't know where I left my list. So here's the mystery. I think the list is on here. I went back in my old footage, my old archives, and I saw that I had wrote a list, and it was on a clipboard. Oh, that's blank. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, call me Sherlock Holmes. I solved the mystery. I found it. Okay, this is it. That's what I was looking for. plumb forgot. That's actually why I recorded it. Then you can have an honest reaction to it and actually solve it. So, kind of, it's the benefits of filming what you do, I guess. You can solve this stuff. So I ought to get myself a bucket or a basket. I'll go pick some of these tomatoes. I'll go line them up with what they actually are. Because some of them I like. Some of them, maybe they're not worth bearing fruit next year. But the ones I do like, I'll keep. And at least, I don't know, I like to keep a name with them. I'm not the biggest stickler on that. I don't care what you call them. If they grow, they grow. And if they produce, they produce. I don't care what you call them. It doesn't change what they do. But I don't know, I like still having labels. Kind of knowing the origins of where these are from. And it's interesting to see, you know, when you keep them generationally. I think I'll take you out there for an example, but I grew Juliet's, the Juliet tomato, for 4 years now. And the origins of those, they come from a thrift store. And I selectively bred for size on those things. And you can tell they went from, you know, standard, you know, regular old Juliets, but they're looking more like Romas now. So it's quite interesting, and the whole bush is like that. So it's you know, it just goes to show that it does pay to actually breed your own seed, and that you can see results. And you know, I find them within, I guess this I think is the 4th generation. I think that's what I like to do with seed too, is to kind of you know, keep track of the lineage of it. And I mean, I feel like you should have done that with a corn, but I feel like that's almost a lost cause. There's so many genetics in there already, but I'm not sure where it all comes from anymore. And then, but I'd like to know how many generations in the seeds are. It's just nice information to have. This is because it's a hobby of mine, I guess, and I enjoy that stuff. So I'm gonna get a basket and figure some stuff out. Okay, well, here I am in the tomato patch, and yeah, I'm going to take a few of these out. But I was talking about those Juliets before, and well, as you can see, look at the size of these things. I mean, that's I don't remember them being you know, they got a decent size to them. I remember them being, you know, maybe a little bit smaller than that when I first started with them. So it's a interesting piece to go on, and I don't know, it feels like they're just coming in late now, so I'm going to take what's kind of ripe. Yeah, I got some of these, red boys is what the list says, and go through them. I think those are some Romas down there. There's some Russian tomatoes in there, and I think there's some cucumbers back there, but they're for seed at this point. Which, yeah, it wasn't a whole many, and I like these little clusters here too, so I will collect some and then bring them back to the house. Okay, this is made so you don't forget. That tomato, it's that Russian one there. That's the beefsteak. This is the cherry rot million. And that's Red Boy, Juliet, and these are Romas. Yep. Okay, so I'm really done with the day. I'm just gonna cook myself something for the next 3 weeks, and then you know, potatoes. I've got onions and garlic stewing up, and then I just make one big meal. Freeze 2/3 of it and go from there. But I harvested all the ground cherries I had. It's actually a decent amount, and there's still more to come. So I'm just kind of cooking now, and then I'll probably sit down later, and then I can take the skins off of those. I can shell the rest of the beans, and just have a, you know, kind of end the day like that. So yeah, I also got the sunflowers. I think I got to them a little too late because they're well, that's all I got. Everything else either didn't really make a good head, or very few made a good head, and the birds got the other ones. So from what was left. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I do that next year again. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah. Oh, and one other thing. Look at that. That's the first time I grew watermelon. So yeah, I've been eating at that. It was just a small one, but you know, that's what they are. They're small melons. I've been saving seeds already, so we'll get those saved. And you know, there's one more in there that actually made it through, so we got that. And then that was a nice little addition. Not very productive, but hey, it did make something. So yeah, it was nice. A nice sweet treat in the day. So yeah, if you watched this far, thanks for watching and take care. I figure I'd maybe close with this, but there's the corn, and I just finished putting the potatoes inside too. So I didn't want to leave them outside. You know, the dew could get them, and figure they can dry nicely there, cure for a bit, and then before I put them into final storage.